Welcome to this first producer's notes of Digital Combat Simulator Black Shark. In this first note, we'll take a look at the basic startup engine procedure for the K50 Black Shark, and then in later notes we'll take a close look at other systems such as the defensive systems, the data link, the ABRUS moving map, the INS navigation, the weapon systems, flight dynamics, mission editor, and so on. But today we'll take a look primarily at the startup. As you can see, we are in a completely 6 degree of freedom cockpit. So we can move in and we can move out, move side to side, we can roll, we can move up, and we can move down. And so we can pretty much look at anywhere we want within the cockpit. Now at any point we can go ahead and enable a actual pilot in the cockpit as well. But given that parts of the body block access to some controls for the starter procedure, we'll go ahead and keep him off. With that done, we'll go ahead and we'll get the helicopter started. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and turn on the AC and DC external power. And as you may notice, that when we hover the mouse over a function, you will get an English tooltip to understand exactly what that is. Next, we'll go ahead and turn on the forward and rear fuel pumps. We'll enable the fuel gauge. We'll test the fuel gauge. Looks good. And we'll enable the auxiliary power unit fuel shutoff valve. We'll turn on the collision beacon. We'll turn on the standby attitude indicator power, and that will start to spin up that gyro. And back on the back wall, we'll go ahead and get the gyro spun up for the inertial navigation unit. So if we go outside, we can go ahead and we'll see that beacon underneath the helicopter flashing away. Back in the cockpit, let's go ahead and get the APU started. So the switch right here is your APU and engine selector switch. When it's pointed to the left, it indicates that the APU is selected, which it is. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit the starter switch here. Moving back, this is our APU gauge, and we'll start to see it spin up. Power's been engaged, and when this light comes on, indicates that we have the power necessary to start cranking the engines, which we have now. So back to the engine panel, we'll go ahead and we'll enable the fuel shutoff valves for the left and right engines, and we'll enable the electronic governors for the engines as well. And then back to the engine select switch, we'll place it down in the bottom left hand corner, which is for the left engine. We'll disable the rotor brake, and we'll start the left engine. I'm going over here to the engine RPM gauge, wait for left engine, get to about 1800 RPM, and then we'll bring up the left cutoff valve, and that'll allow fuel to flow directly to the engine now. And what we're going to be doing is waiting for the needle to get to about 7000 RPM, and then after that we'll go ahead and get the right engine going. Whilst doing that, we can go ahead and test the engine temperature exhaust gauges, the low end and the high end, and that all looks fine. Okay, so we're about 7000 RPM, so we'll get the right engine going now. So we'll place the engine select switch in the lower right, and click the engine start. And we'll wait for the other needle to get to about 1800 RPM, and then we'll open up the engine shutoff valve. And again, like the left engine, we'll wait for that to get to about 7000 RPM. While that's going, we can go ahead and test the lamp indicators. Those are all looking good.